Hello everyone, this is Katrinonus, and welcome back to my vlogs. Unfortunately you're gonna see me kind of go through a dungeon I've already been through before, mainly because I had an accident with the last recording, and I ended up saving like an idiot over my thing. So, instead, also the fact that I'm in a dungeon will allow me time to talk, instead of because the next section is going to be a lot of story section, and I don't really want to do that right now, especially as I may have to take several takes of it because of factors that I'm trying to play with, involving the random generator, or not the random generator, about trying to advance the story, and it's not wanting to advance for whatever reason. So yeah, but if you've never seen this series before, this works a little differently than most of my series because a lot of it's dungeon crawling. I actually use this as more of a vlog, and I talk about what's going on in my life. It's also an open forum where you can ask me questions and I will answer them. I start out answering questions first, and then I will tell you what's going on in my life. So without further ado, let's begin. RoboGlyn387 asks, you know, about my feelings of Chrono Trigger, which I talked about the last vlog, and how I would have liked to have done it. To be honest with you, I really would have liked to have done Chrono Trigger like I've done every other RPG, like I did with Legend of the Dragoon. I'm drawing a blank on any other RPG I've played, like I've done with Final Fantasy VIII Draw Talents, like I've done with this, even. All those things would be very nice to have done at the time, but I wasn't given the opportunity to. So yeah, because of the fact that I was doing it for Penny Arcade. Rule of Rose I have similar feelings for. I would have loved to have shown everybody the searching so they could find the healing items that were awesome, and, you know, just see what all you could find on cam was searching. And so yeah, that should, you know, that's how I feel about that. Our next question comes from FF Maniac 17. What games currently being released or will be released in the future are you excited for? Well, that's a kind of hard question for me to answer. I actually had to ask boyfriend because I don't really pay attention to new releases nowadays because I have so many games, and for me, new releases are not necessarily something I can get because I don't have a lot of the newer consoles. But something that was recently released was Deception 4 Nightmare Princess, which is the same thing as Blood Ties, I think it is, because I have it. I have Blood Ties. But Nightmare Princess is basically an expansion on that game, and I think it's really cool. I've played only a little bit of it. I haven't really gotten into it that far because other games came up. So, yeah. That's one I've been looking forward to. Also, I've been looking forward to Dollhouse, and there's a new Call of Cthulhu, like Dark Corners of the Earth, that just came out as well. So, yeah. As far as new games, that's pretty much all I know about. Yeah. So, moving on. Mr. Phoenix Cross asks, is there a game that you really want to LP right now? Yes. I am dying to do a limited co-op castle guide run-through of Ico. For those of you who have been with the channel a long time, you may remember the fact that I used to use Ico for updates, and I was horrible at the game. What the castle guide walkthrough would mean is that there's a trophy on PlayStation 3 with the Ico Shadow of the Colossus collection called Castle Guide, where you have to beat the game in 2 hours or less. Now, I've already gotten the trophy, so I've done it, but I would love to record it because there's a feature in Ico that barely people know about or gets used, is the fact, unless you look it up, of course. There is a option where you can have a second player control Yorda. Now this may sound fantastic and awesome and great, but it's only good like for climbing ladders or trying to avoid certain enemies and things like that. So yeah. That's what I would like to show it for, is for its fantastic ladder climbing skills. Because if Yorda can climb some ladders, man, she can be okay to deal with. So yeah. Blue-Eyed American Girl asks, at the time when my second vlog came out, I had just finished my first ever run through of, that was stupid, of Final Fantasy VII. Now, Final Fantasy VII is like one of my cursed games. And what I mean by that is it's a game that I've started and am never able to finish for whatever reason. Fatal Frame 2 is also one of those. Okay, I really don't want to drop any of my question mark items because they could be good. Yeah, so, you know, Final Fantasy VII was kind of this bittersweet experience for me. I'm not the biggest fan of the story and stuff, which I know I'm gonna get like, people are gonna be like, oh, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. Like my favorite part of 7 is Vincent's storyline. Vincent is my favorite character from 7. I shouldn't be opening chests because there's traps in them, and I've got a full backpack anyway. So, but I love the gameplay in 7 so much, and also this is a really funny question considering that there's a remake that's being done of Final Fantasy VII. They finally announced that there's going to be a remake, and I think that's pretty cool, to be honest. It'll be interesting to see what they change and they don't change in the remake. But I did enjoy the game. The weapons were actually, I thought they were going to be a lot harder than they were. They weren't that bad for me. And I never really got frustrated with any part of the game. But yeah, it was, I felt like it was a good RPG. I'm just not the biggest fan of the story. And for me, a game, like, if a game has a fantastic story and shitty controls, I like it. If a game has good controls and a shitty story, I probably like it too. I'm not very picky when it comes to my games, as long as it has some good elements to it. I think that's why I deal with older games better than a lot of the younger generation. Because for me, it's not about the graphics, it's not about the story, it's not about the gameplay or any one element being bad. It's if it brings something unique to the table, I'll like that sometimes. You know, it varies, and you know, we like the games we like because we like them, right? Moving on. Blue-Eyed American Girl, the rest of the questions are from her. Asks, have you ever played a Silent Hill game? To answer your question, I have technically played a Silent Hill game. A long ass time ago. And by technically, I've played Shattered Memories all the way through. And I played part of Silent Hill 1. I haven't, the only one I finished is Silent Hill Shattered Memories. And I know for a fact that that's completely different than most of the games that have come out. So, while I have played a Silent Hill, I'm not gonna make a judgment on what's my favorite, because you asked if I had what was my favorite. I'm not gonna make a judgment on what's my favorite based on one Silent Hill. Okay, based on playing only one Silent Hill. I've seen most of the Silent Hills played, but I know that the experience is totally different when you play it yourself. So, that may actually be LPs for the future, and I know everybody and their mother who's done them, but I'll get back to that train of thought here in a little bit, because I did want to talk about that during this vlog. And we may get to the story stuff in this if I do well enough and not die. Because if I die this time, like last time I just showed you a successful attempt at this dungeon. If I die this time, I'm probably just going to replay it straight from. So yeah. Your next question is very similar. It's, have you ever played a Mario game? Which was your favorite? I've dabbled in several Mario games. The only one I've ever actually beaten was Super Princess Peach. For me, aka Sexism the Game. Because that game is just so bad. It's so bad it's funny. Like, not gameplay wise, it's just the premise of it is Princess Peach and you control her emotions and stuff, and that's like, as far as stereotyping women, pretty bad. In any case, moving on. As far as the ones I've tried and I haven't gotten to beat, there's two that come to mind that I think I would absolutely love to actually finish. And that's Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario Galaxy. Neither of which I sadly own, or Luigi's Mansion even. And that's a spin-off game, so is Super Princess Peach, but I really, really, really would love the opportunity to play those games in their fullest, in their totality. I guess that's the best way to put it. And I feel kind of bad that I've never gotten to. And as far as like old classic Mario, my favorite has to be the Super Mario Bros. 2, aka Doki Doki Panic. I love that game so freaking much. So yeah, that's that. The last question you had for me was, do I keep in contact with LP Land of Azul? She's still on my Facebook. We just haven't talked in a really long time. I actually haven't talked to many of my LPing friends in a long, long time. And that's not because of anything in particular. It's just I lost contact with a lot of people because of life. It's also the same reason I haven't been focused on putting out videos, is because life has gotten in the way of a lot of stuff. Going back to that train of thought that I was on, with the whole maybe LPs for the future, and I know everybody's done them, but I'm going to do them anyway. It is my personal belief, and I realize this is a very personal thing, that every LPer, no matter who they are, if they play a game, it's going to be different from every other person that has ever played it. They're going to say different things unless they have memorized what the other person has done and what they have said. Every person should be unique in that regard. That's a personal belief of mine. It's always been my belief. There was also, and I know I talked about this in my last vlog as well, there was a time period where I let a lot of other LPers influence what I was doing, and how I was running my channel. But not even like a week ago. I was playing Slide 2, and boyfriend and I were sitting there, and I was talking over the game, and I wasn't even recording. I was just doing it. And I looked at him and I said, I just realized something. This is the best commentary I've done in forever. I need to quit thinking about what I'm doing, and I need to just do it. Because this channel right here, was started for the entire purpose of me to actually finish the games I was playing. It wasn't about, and don't take any offense to this, it wasn't about the viewers, it wasn't about what other LPers thought, it was just a way for me to finish games I had never finished, or to show my favorite games, to play my favorite games again and talk over them. And I guess that's kind of showing off, but for me, the games I started out with, which was Eternal Darkness, Spyro the Dragon, and Legend of the Dragoon. Eternal Darkness was a game I had never been able to finish. I was too scared to finish it. But with talking to this invisible wall of people, I finished it. It was not a question, it was a, I finished it. And there was nothing that could be, there was nothing really that could, you know, detract from that. I did it. And I did it without, I did it with some issues, but without too many issues. And then, as far as Legend of the Dragoon and Spyro went, it had been so long since I had played either of those games that I didn't... What's the wording I'm looking for? It had been so long since I played those games that they were like new to me. I mean, I could remember the story and I could remember certain things, but they were basically like new. And that was the joy of it for me. Was that I got to do something new for me. And what felt new and what was fun for me. That's why there's 50 billion playthroughs of Haunting Ground on my channel. But and the idea of this becoming a way for me to finish my games came from, and I'm sure I've mentioned this game several times, Arc the Lad Twilight of the Spirits, because I got all the way to the final boss in that game and couldn't beat it. I tried so hard and I just couldn't beat it, and I gave up and I deleted the save. And you know, it was a way for me to finish my games in the way that I wanted, in the totality that I wanted, and I lost that. I lost that. I was trying to come up with an identity, the completionist gamer, which I know there's another guy on YouTube called the completionist, but I was trying to come up with an identity, a way to make myself stand out and be unique, and it's like, I don't need that. I don't. I'm me, and I'm unique, and if that's gonna be my focus, then why? And I'm not enjoying it, then why am I doing it? I've seen so many good Let's Players just end up quitting because it's too much hassle, it's too much work. They've lost what they planned on doing originally. They lost it. Or it became too hard to do what they wanted. And now I'm in a position where it's easy to do what I wanted. I just have to do it. And I have to quit thinking about how I'm doing it and why I'm doing it and just do it. I'm still gonna go through and rename everything. It may take me years to do it, but I've already planned on doing it. The other thing I've already planned on doing is I'm going back to the whole fact that I used to finish games probably long before you ever saw them go up. I finished so many games. And I'm going to go back to doing that because guess what? That's how I game. I game a lot. And putting up only one video a day would never have happened. And I know that my older viewers know that because when I started out, I would upload just like whole LPs in one day because I had finished the game. Or I'd upload 30-40 parts because that's what I had played that day and gotten edited. But I won't. Obviously now flooding your subscriber box is not a good thing, and I've learned since then. And certain things will be different and be the newer things I have learned, but a lot of things won't. A lot of things will be, for me, the way they used to be. And that was a question that had plagued me for months. I was like, what changed? And basically, what changed was I started giving a shit about what other people thought. And that's not to say anything to you as viewers. It's more about my peers in the community. Was they felt I wasn't being professional enough, and I'm like, I didn't do this to become a professional. I did this because I did it. If I made nothing off of it, I wanted to do it anyway. And there were several of my peers who were trying to become professionals. And, you know, I realize that that's not really something that will ever happen for me. I don't really care. And I've got to recapture that magic of not caring what other people think. So, yeah, that's that train of thought. As far as what has happened in the past, like, I think it's been almost a year since the first and second one of these went up. Something that has happened is I've moved twice. One was cross country and one was, like, right down the road. I moved for a couple of reasons both times, and I don't really want to go into it because I don't want to go into it. But I moved. We have gained another cat. She is a Siamese tabby, and her name is Kiki, but we call her Tiny Kitty. She is the cutest thing, and she is so sweet. She is, like, so sweet. She lays on boyfriend's chest every night when we go to bed. And it's not if he goes to bed or I go to bed. It's when we're both, when we have both gone to bed, she will come in there and she will lay on his chest. That's just how it works. Look, we still have Loki and Thor. Loki and Thor are doing very well. They, Loki will a lot of times curl up on my lap and just kind of lay there like, hi, Mom. Hi. How you doing? As far as our second move, we did that literally about a month ago. So we're still unpacking and adjusting and all that stuff. I recently got a new capture card, and boyfriend and I are actually testing that out this weekend. So there'll probably be a full LP of a game, which I actually just recently finished. But I'm doing it to, if it works out, I'll be setting up for a series of games that I have never played before. So there's that. But there's been a lot of focus on my health, and because I've been very sick for a while. Actually the past like 6 months probably I've been sick. One of the things is a vitamin D deficiency. Apparently I didn't get enough sun, so, you know, that's one thing. Yeah, didn't get enough sun, so I'm having to work on that. Let's see here, what else has been going on? Boyfriend has been really supportive and really, he's been helping out with the channel. He's like, hey, you need my computer, just take it. And, you know, because my computers and my equipment and all that stuff is not up to snuff. It's just, it's not. It's bad. It's so bad. And, you know, this is actually the first time boyfriend and I have ever lived by ourselves. I know you guys probably didn't know that, but yeah, this is the first time boyfriend and I have ever lived by ourselves. We're excited. We're getting used to, he just started school. He's going to be a nurse. I kind of have to play Susie homemaker and make sure he has food and stuff when he gets back and all of that. You know, he's gonna end up starting to ride his bike into work or into school and all that. But there's just been a lot of focusing on health and trying to get me back into the things that I was into before and all that stuff. But yeah, you know, there's not been that much going on. It's been kind of peaceful and quiet. But we certainly are looking forward to, just in general, getting settled into our new house. And it's not a house, it's a trailer, but you know, same difference, right? House, trailer. Although I have to tell you that the walls in this trailer, they're horrible. They're like this chocolate brown color. I have no idea who decided the color scheme in this house, but like the walls are chocolate brown and then the other walls are light brown, and it looks so bad. It makes the space feel really cramped and stuff. Because if you didn't know, dark colors on walls makes your spaces feel cramped. I know, it's such a revelation. But as far as right now, boyfriend helped me last night catch up my Fatal Frame 2 save, which, as I've said before, is another one of those cursed games for me. This will have been my third attempt at trying to play this game. I'm hoping it goes better than the last two, because I'm a little bit tired of having to redo this over and over again. Something you may not know is the reason why the Final Fantasy VIII Draw Challenge now says first attempt on it is because I started recording on the Steam version of the game. So that meant that a lot of stuff became... And also... Actually, I need to pick that up. I need to pick that up! Okay. What am I gonna drop? I really don't want to drop on any of the unidentified stuff. I wonder. You know what? We'll drop the walnut bread. The reason why I say that is to unlock a character later, you need that item. You need actually 3 different items, one of which I did not get, and possibly 2 of which I did not get. I don't even want to go down there. There's nothing down there for me. But my Ape Escape save is still okay, and I'm pretty sure I have to do Claire again, which I'm not looking forward to doing that, replaying up to where I was on that, because Claire scares the shit out of me. I don't know why, but it does, and we've already seen this, so no. No charm. You're not getting it. Okay. We've already seen this. So a lot of right now is spent with just trying to get ready to, and while I'm working on new stuff, let me be clear that my main focus is actually finishing the old LP, because for me the most disappointing thing was the fact that that I had, for the longest time, I was so proud of the fact that I finished my LPs. I didn't leave them unfinished. But, like, you know, at least my main playthrough. I know I still have to do Resident Evil 4 Pro. I'm trying to think of what else I need to do, but I can't remember. If you have any ideas of what I missed as far as my playthroughs, leave them down in the comments. Also, now that we're done with this, and I've run out of things to talk about, yeah, we've already seen this. Well, actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and try and do the story, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to save and make sure things happen the way they're supposed to. So you're going to have to give me, like, a couple minutes to... Oh, well, yeah, I gotta get out of here first. You're gonna have to give me a couple minutes to sort out what I'm actually looking to happen. Because I did stuff and it didn't happen the way it was supposed to. Okay. So, what is she gonna talk about? Oh, she's talking about the fact that the debt is, I'm gonna skip most of the tutorial stuff, but she's talking about the debt's gonna be split up by 4 weeks because there's no way you're gonna pay it off at one time. So I'm gonna save right here, check and see what I need to actually happen, because I was trying to unlock the next dungeon and it didn't work out. So we're gonna go ahead and do that on this file. You can see the file up there where I tried to unlock the dungeon and it didn't work. So, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. We're gonna go ahead and let this continue until I get through the story bit to the next dungeon. And the next dungeon will have another vlog. Yay! So, what has to happen is, I go do this event. I love being able to relax in the plaza like this. You never seem to have trouble relaxing even when you're not in the plaza. Well, it's healthy, right? Alright. Now we go back to the store. I'm gonna save. Because what needs to happen is I need Charm to come in twice and encounter her twice. I need to be able to encounter her twice. So that happened the way it was supposed to. And also, if you didn't know, this game can end up being a lot of resetting. We'll go ahead and put that out and see if I can get her to come in here. Ugh, you. Huh, not bad. This is a pretty nice looking place. You know, is it really kosher for an employee to give a customer a face like that? Thought a smile was the basis for customer satisfaction. Oh, that's for a normal customer. Oh, for a normal customer, that's completely true. For someone who openly attempted to murder us, however, this is the only face I have to show. Well, it looks like she's got a different idea. Yay, Charm, welcome! I'm so glad you came. Yeah, well, I was wondering about this place. Nice store you have here, Racket. Oh, thank you. Make yourself at home, okay? Racket. See? I see all too clearly. Thank you. That Racket's a good girl. Nice, trusting, honest. Don't you agree, Tear? Of course I do. You don't need to tell me that. Knew these two would be fun. Alright. So, yeah, now we're gonna go through the normal price selling. The reason I do it at 105, even though I can get better profits, is just to raise my merchant level faster. So, yeah, that's why I do it that way. I don't know if I talked about that before. Awesome. Okay, so, she's gonna talk about the time slice thing up there, and it's really boring. Trust me, I just went through this. It's really boring. Okay, that happened the way it was supposed to. So now, I'm gonna try and entice her back in here again. Alright. Now, if she shows up again, that'll be a good thing. She did, but... I don't know that... She showed up. So... yeah, I'm trying to get these events to trigger in the right way. I don't know that that was the way I needed it to trigger, but... I'm just gonna put food out. I'm getting her to show up, but I'm not getting her to trigger the way I'm supposed to, I don't think. I'm just wondering why this is not triggering the way it's supposed to. Cause like she should. I'm beginning to wonder if the thing I'm looking at is wrong. Cause she's not unlocking. So hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, we're gonna try this again. She has to buy some items, that's the problem. So I may just not. But I'm getting her in the store. Yeah, tutorial. I was a tutorial on buying items from customers, but it's basically the exact same thing as selling what I'm doing right here. I think I'm gonna have to go buy some items to make her want to buy from me. So, I don't know. Because I may not have anything that catches her interest as far as buying. So, oh, what should I pay? So. Okay, well I got her to buy something, so that's good. And in the morning we need to go out anyway and trigger some events, so she's gonna wait, what's this one about? This is when other people request stuff, and so we need to go out and buy stuff anyway. Yeah, we're if you see here, we got a payment due of 10,000, and we have 10,000 right now, but we need to make a lot more than that. So we'll go ahead and do this. Yes. No. Huh? That's Louis. What in the name of heaven is he searching for over there? Hey, let's go ask. Why do I get the feeling that I would much rather not get involved? Louis, hello. Oh, Recettear. What's up? What are you doing wandering around here? Oh, well, I got hungry, so I decided to take a look around and see if I could find some edible grasses or herbs or something. Why does this not surprise me in the slightest? But, I'm not sure which of these is edible, you see. Louis, if you eat that, you'll blow up your stomach. You can eat those, but they taste best if you clean them. Now the plants with the soft leaves at the east end of the plaza, those taste the best. You should try them. How is it you know so much about edible plants? Especially ones located here, of all places. Thanks a ton, Racket. I owe you again. No problem. Remember to watch what you find. Why do I feel as though that is the least of his concerns? Alright, so we're gonna go to the Merchant's Guild. We're gonna buy the dagger. Yeah, armband. She doesn't care about shields. And a charm. And some more daggers, because those will attract her into the store. Now we're gonna leave. And we're gonna go to the market. I'm trying to attract her. Buy a cloth cape. Some summer sandals. Some unthankful statues, which I mean... buy a bunch of stuff there. Okay, now we gotta go back in the store anyway. We'll set up our store with that, and that, and that, and that should grab her into the store. Give her a reason to buy something. Wooden chest plate, put that down. Put the iron bands down. Okay. And no, we won't save yet. Yeah, we will. We'll save. Not that I'm gonna have enough money to do anything if... Okay, town square. Big sis, wait. You walk so fast. Wait up. Is that girl? Tear, is something wrong? No, it's nothing. Oh, you were looking at those sisters. Hey, Tear, how do you think people see us? Do you think we look like sisters? Given that I'm a fairy, I rather doubt it. Oh, right. Still, if we did, I'd be kind of happy. Really, why is that? Well, since I'm bigger, I'd be the big sister, right? Your logic, as always, is breathtaking in its faultiness. Yeah, I guess you would be the big sister. But that'd be really nice too, right, sis? Keep up this nonsense, and I will leave you behind. Hey, wait for me! Okay, so now that we have done that, we will open up the store and hopefully Charm will buy more stuff. Because I need her to buy stuff. A weapon? Heck yeah, I got weapons. I got weapons for days. Charm, buy stuff. I don't have enough stuff here to really attract her attention. So, well, I mean, I don't really have, you know. I really don't want you to buy that, but okay. The goal is to get her to buy stuff, because right now, she's the thing that we're waiting on as far as unlocking the next dungeon. So I may end up messing around with her, trying to get her to unlock. Alright. Thank you! Right. We got food, we got food. Alright. So yeah, I know this has not been like vloggy, but there's not that much going on right now. Like I said, I'm trying to get the next dungeon to unlock, but it looks like it's gonna be a pain in the ass about it. And instead of doing, actually no, we will go do what we were gonna do tonight. Okay. What is it? Recettear, is alcohol yummy? I've only tried it once before myself. Really? Wow, you're so grown up, Tear. I hated it. It stank of barrels. Barrels? Typically, most alcoholic beverages are left to age in barrels. So the drink had a strong wooden smell, and it was not dissimilar to attempting to drink a tree. Okay, that doesn't sound yummy at all. To be honest, the popularity of the substance baffles me. It always sells well, so stocking it is always a good way to make some money, but barrels. Barrels. Okay, now she's gonna go to bed. Now according to what I'm running through, should be going to the dungeon in the morning and the afternoon, but because of Charm being a douche, yeah, she's not in here today. That's not good. Crap. I just wasted this. Alright. Yes, of course, little girl, you can get a book. Oh. Okay. Well, sorry. Yeah, and it looks like I'm gonna end up spending this whole day trying to get Charm to do what she needs to do. Buy that. Buy that. Buy that. Buy that. Buy that. Buy that. There we go. Just daggers everywhere. Of course, I could cause a crash with this. But there we go. That should draw her in. Hey! Oh, Charm, welcome! Hey, girl. Heaven, are you ever not bright and happy? Nope! A bright and happy welcome is the key to sales! And for that, Racket, I've got a bit of a present for you. Hooray! Her business card! Here, take this. This is... You have an Adventurers Guild card? Darn straight. If you ever need the help of a professional Burk such as myself, give me a look, okay? I will, thank you! Well... Tear! What is it? You. Tear, look, Charm gave me her card! What? Is this a joke? You're a member of... Well, Racket's been good to me. Consider it my way of paying you guys back for that trouble earlier. Payback's important, you know. Right, Tear? I suppose it is. Hey, Racket. Mind if I borrow Tear for a moment? Huh? I'll give her right back. Don't worry. Be sure you give her back the way you found her. The same way. What am I, property? Well then, yoink! It stuns me that you gave her your cards. What are you really after? Hey, Tear, let me ask you. Are you really some random dispassionate loan shark? What are you? 'Cause, you know, I've been wondering. If all you're really after is getting that loan repaid, wouldn't it be a lot easier to just steal the house and cash out? There's nothing stopping you after all. Except for one thing. That is not it at all. I am an agent of term. Take a little bit of friendly advice. The harder you try to spin some elaborate tale, the worse it ends up being when the web comes apart at the end. Not that I have any room to lecture anyone on that front. So, sticking to your guns, just a loan shark then? Unbelievable. Did you give her your card just to ask me that? Maybe I did. Guess I've been a bit of a busybody, eh? Everyone who comes through that door is like that. It's that girl. Something about her inspires people to care. I suppose she does at that. Hey, are you guys done talking? Sure are, as promised. One intact Tear, just as I found her. Well then, let me know if you need my help. I will! Thanks again! Oh god, I'm getting my voices mixed up. Later! Alright. Yay! Good job! Good job. Good job, Charm. You bought stuff that's actually important. You should have bought the other one, though. Some food? Oh, we got you covered. We got you covered, brah. Brah. Crap. Crap! Too expensive. Yeah, you did. But we should be able to unlock the next dungeon here shortly. Basically all we have to do is get Charm to come in here one more time. And considering this is first time through as well. Okay. No. Ah. Crafter's knife. Rusty dagger. We'll see if we can get her to come in here again. Standard charm. Cloth cape. Cloth cape. Rusty dagger. Long sword. Long sword. Because I can dream that Louis will buy a long sword on his own. Yay! Oh, Charm, welcome! Hey, Racket, listen to this. What is it? And are you okay? You seem a little different. Shoo, got me a message from the guild today. They've totally found a new dungeon or some such. Whoa, really? Really super super really. Everyone's calling it to the Amber Garden. Boy, I hope it's that kind of amber. The Amber Garden? Charm? Amber, like water. Oh, what was it talking about? Oh yeah, so get the chance, we should totally go. I mean, who knows what kind of items we could find. Yeah, items. Yeah, that's true. Well then, back to the pub with me. Whoosh! Right. Thanks for letting me know, Charm. A new dungeon, huh? Well, we've unlocked the dungeon. So now, basically all we have to do is go to it, which we will do in the next vlog. I know this was a little bit lengthy on the story bits, but it happens. It happens. Woo, money. But yeah. Woo! Just a bonus. But yeah. So I'm gonna save, and tomorrow we shall or here in a week we shall tackle Amber Garden. We will get through this story pretty quickly, with the way I have it planned out. And then it'll probably be about day 10 or 11 that we'll get through the story. And then there's going to be a lot of dungeon crawling, and it's going to be the same dungeons, so you better get used to it. Alrighty, bye everybody!